It's like you need to be sure that you have good insurance, I guess. Is this part 1 of 5 or is this part 1 of 2? Hey guys, welcome back to another Composers React. We are here with Aleksandra. Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, yes.
And somehow it's impossible to get a grasp on what this title exactly is.
And many movies there.
and it's again Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
So, wait, you brought this, right?
Yeah.
Why did you bring it?
I brought it because usually I go for the more introspective movies.
Yeah.
But this one, for some reason, I just love. It's my guilty pleasure. And when I was very young, we watched it home, so yeah.
I have to say it's one of the most iconic songs, and we figured out, of course, it was written a long time ago by Lalo Schifrin. It was made for a series.
Yeah, because the movie was first a series, and then they bought the franchise and they made it into a whole thing.
Shall we just dive right in and see if we can find some of the original soundtrack in there? I bet so. And probably some more Tom Cruise. Here we go. Skydance. Okay. Deep start. It's serious.
Yeah.
Your days of fighting for the so-called greater good.
The voiceover, I don't really like, to be honest.
This is our
No
chance
sound.
to control the truth, the concepts of right and wrong for everyone for centuries to come. You're fighting to save an ideal that doesn't
I love that
exist.
the trailer shows different locations.
Never did. You need to pick a side.
Tom Cruise. You bad boy. He's back. There's no sound. It's just only music and the voiceover. Is it coming? Needs to.
Oh, he's running.
It feels a little bit. Maybe it's the headphone, but it feels low. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go. We got some OG stuff. Okay. This is gonna be insane again. Oh God. Hey, I saw this. That he really did this.
9 times. He did.
9 times.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible. Man, this guy is impossible. Jet Reckoning. Part 1.
Yeah, the next one is next year.
No way. Man, I have to give it to these people. Like they just keep making another one and another one. And this franchise, of course, is so well known. The theme song is like one of the iconic ones. So I understand, and it still keeps making bank. So I understand that they keep going and they can't neglect Tom Cruise.
That's why I think it's so interesting how for so many years and it's still people watch it and people still like it. Because I think the first one came out when I wasn't even born. So
it is. I think the original soundtrack or the theme song that everybody knows has been written, and I think I read that Tom Cruise was 4 when that was written, and
now he's 60.
Yeah, but can you imagine? That's insane. I have to say, trailer of the music-wise, a little bit of an odd one because they use the music, of course. There's this whole lead up to, of course, the main theme in the end. They need to do that if you do it again. So that is something that just solidifies or that's just baked into the DNA of this franchise or this IP. So they need to do it. I think it was a little bit odd that there was no sound effects.
Yeah.
It felt a little empty to me.
For me, it felt like the climax feels a little bit like a superhero movie, but otherwise it's just the voiceover and then, yeah.
The voice is probably like the bad guy giving you a little bit of like a motive, like why he does what he does. And
yeah, and I think maybe they chose this way because this way they focus more on the visuals and all of the different locations that they filmed. Maybe this was something that they wanted.
It needs to be, of course, the people that know this. It needs to be the spectacle again. So even it needs to ramp up, like in this crescendo in the music, rise up. It needs to have the team in there. It needs to have Tom Cruise in there. They wait a little bit in the beginning. And I guess for people that don't know it yet, then, when you see him, you're like, no, is this another Mission Impossible? Yes, and it's part one. I believe this is already seventh one. I remember one, I think it was Limp Bizkit. And Limp Bizkit was this cool band when I was younger. And they made like this rocky version of Mission Impossible. And I was so into that song.
I think this was their first single, if I'm not wrong, for the movie that they made.
That they did a movie soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's very much possible.
Yeah.
I know because of him, he had always this New York Yankees red cap, if I'm not right. Maybe it was a black cap or a red cap. Because of him, I was like, yeah, man, I want that New York Yankees cap. That's so cool. And then this song, like, I was like jamming onto it like this nerdy little kid. Like, yeah, man, this is the cool shit. And therefore, I love this as well. And I think Tom Cruise is an interesting fella.
He is very interesting.
It doesn't matter if it's Oblivion or it's Mission Impossible, but I seem to always like him in all these movies. So I think he's pretty odd, but he's also pretty cool. This whole mix, like I don't know how to feel exactly about him, but I always like him in movies.
But I think part of it is that people know that he does his own stunts and he participates in everything. He's the producer. He's probably writing the script and I don't know. People just know that he's involved, so I think that's why we love him so much.
But it's extremely admirable that on that age you're still doing the stunts. I think I seen a video as well, that last shot. So you said he did it 7 times?
7 or 9 times or something like that. He jumped from the
So he does do the skydiving himself as well.
Yeah.
I know the other Mission Impossible, he's hanging from a plane, which is normally done in green screen. He actually did that. And then I saw this other thing that he's jumping from a building to a building. Maybe it was...
That's also real.
And then he broke his leg. But then again, if you are a movie star, and it's hard work, of course. Most people just want the rewards. They want the success, but they don't want to hard work for it or work hard for it. But he also does the stunts. And if I will be an actor, I would love to do that as well. But probably this is this whole insurance problem, because if he breaks something or he dies, then then this whole production company is like, you need to be sure that you have good insurance, I guess. Or maybe he insures himself and his soul and his IP. No, but it's classic. That you brought this one as well as like trailer music. You can't go wrong by going for the original team. They have a little bit of a different take on it. They lead up to it. They wait a little bit, leave you hanging here like it's coming. And then in the end, you got it again with a little bit of a extra instrumentation to it, which is good. But still, it's part 1. Is this part 1 of 5 or is this part 1 of 2?
I think it's just part of 2. But it's also really interesting for me with the theme song that it's also present in other movies and other franchises. I know that in Shrek they also use it for a scene. So it's so known by people that when you hear it, you know, oh, this is...
The theme song is more like, ooh, we are like on a secret spy mission theme song.
Exactly,
so even if it's now with TikTok, of course, if there's somebody with a joke and being like, spy, or maybe hanging from the ceiling, you know,
and you immediately have this
lasers, and you hit that song, it reminds you of like, ooh, this is gonna be a Mission Impossible. Very curious, guys. This is the 7th one, and probably for many more, or maybe Tom Cruise just signed 3 more, and that's the last of it. But this is how it always goes, right? You have the Fast and Furious, the last one, the real last one,
the next one,
the final song, the last one, and now you have this one, the ends, and the real ends. So we'll see if this is the last one. I would love to see Tom Cruise when he's 85 still doing these stunts. So let's see what's going to happen. Curious what you guys think of Mission Impossible. What is your favorite one? And do you remember Limp Bizkit's on those mountain drumming with the cool New York Yankees cap? Also, if you want to see more of these, we have made many in the past about reacting on game trailers, movie trailers. Maybe we should do music clips as well.
Yeah.
Can be fun. And we also have a podcast. So if you dive a little deeper into like maybe some educational content and how we do things here behind the scenes, definitely tune into that. And also we have some breakdowns. So a Composer Explained series. So for any composers that like to dive a little deeper into the nerdy stuff, we like to tweak some knobs. So check it out. For now, thank you for bringing this iconic one. And thank you for watching. See you next time, guys.
Bye.
Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.